And what is going on YouTube? Just another gaming channel, bringing you just another video. So here we are guys on the Dead Orbit for the Warlock, and we're going to be looking over the 3 ornament sets, well the 2 ornament sets plus the original armor. So this is the original armor set we're looking at right now, as you can see. Pretty damn cool. It's looking pretty damn cool. Sorry about the banging outside with the hammer. If you'll excuse me, I will close the window temporarily. Although it's 40 degrees outside, I don't know, it's probably like 30 degrees outside, which is you know, Celsius, so it's not cold out, put it that way. So shutting the window is not going to help much. So let's have a look at this original bad boy. So you guys will have seen me do the originals of these videos. I might have even done the original and compared it to the ornament itself. Now, Dead Orbit, I don't have any Dead Orbit weapons on me. Okay, I've got the Dead Ender, there we go. The Dead Ender, I really like this, guys. It's got a very short charge up time. It says charge time 790. Now maybe it is the same as others, but there's no recoil on this thing. Like, you fire it and before it just stays still. It's fantastic. I love the paint job as well. Anyway guys, so what we're going to do, we're going to have a quick look overall at each piece before we start to apply the different seasons. So I'm not going to bother with the lore, guys. I've already read the lore for each of these pieces, so see the older videos. But the helmet design, you can see, you know how much I really like that. It's kind of cool. It's got like an entire construction site on the helmet. But I went into a lot of detail on that. So if you find the other Dead Orbit videos, feel free. So what we're going to do is we're going to quickly go through. There's the band, the designs of the arms. So pretty nice. Dead Orbit, and it's all seems to be tends to be like a greyish colour. But I really like this. I like the utility qualities. So you got a big Batman belt there, all the way around with. You've got rope, and you've got provisions, probably neutron bars, and all sorts of maybe glimmers in there. Because I don't know if you know what glimmer is. I know it's money, but it's not really money. Glimmer is a fourth state of matter that the Braytech Corporation created. So your weapons, your data, the bike, that, you know, when you transmat your bike out of nothing, it's actually made out of glimmer. So glimmer is this new material that you can deconstruct and construct into anything, essentially. Really advanced technology. And think about that. Think about how advanced that is when you compare this current city age of Destiny. This technology is thousands of years behind what we had before the darkness came. But anyway, yeah, I love the fact that there's this big like scarf, and then there's like a clip on there and another extra support brace and more belts and stuff. It's kind of cool. Long cloak all the way down. Dead Orbit symbols. The boots, you don't really see much of the boots because they're under, well, a shitload of clothing, but there you go. Basic, pretty standard boots. And you have the current version, I do believe. Is it the current version? Yes, the current version of the Warlock Bond. Okay, so right, before we apply the shade, before we apply the second season 2 of stuff, let's have a look at some shaders. So real quick guys, so you saw it in its default position. This is Dead Orbit camo, so you can see like basically it's applied like a camo type shade to it, which is kind of cool. Then we've got Dead Orbit's Fate, which is a more solid grey version of Dead Orbit. I think this is basically the default for this, so if you wear no shader, this is the actual shader you're really wearing, if you were to apply this to something else. So during this season, the new season, season 3 stuff, that's the new shader. There's a lot darker blacks. You can't really see much on this version, but yeah. And then there's their new shader. Now the reason I'm showing you all this, guys, the reason I'm showing you different versions of everything is because, well, essentially, I was looking for I don't know what I was looking for. Now, Sorry guys, I've lost my train of thought because I thought something was wrong with my equipment, but it wasn't. Okay, so basically the reason I'm showing like these shaders, and the reason I'm showing the basic version of this armor, and then I'm going to show you the season before the current season, is because you might not have seen it. You guys might not have got this full set previously. Some people might not have been bothered with Dead Obit, might not have got around to it yet. So anyway, if we apply the first set of ornaments we got, which essentially means there's 3 sets around. This is how they've saved vault space, is they've applied sets of shaders. I mean, okay, let's go back real quick. Alright, so that's okay. That's the original. Yeah, it's white. Okay. Now, and that's what we got last season, as we start to change, and I think that's really cool. I liked this second set. I like the darker set. So that what colour is. If we add that to that, so you can't really see much on this side, but you can see like there's black. You can see his wristband's black, but actually, if you look down here at the bottom, there's like the Dead Obit white coming through. So again, yeah, it don't look like much of a difference. Yeah, but when we apply it, you'll start to see it all come to life. So that should be applied. There we go. So that's all dark. If we bring it back out, when we look at the other side, you couldn't see. You see, there's like a white, looks like paint, like a paint job, and scrapes down that side. Okay. Yeah. So we've darkened the wrist. So again, we've got the original version. Okay. And then we apply last season's. I mean, that looks a lot cooler, I think, guys. So if you look at the difference between season 1, I mean, I thought season 1 was cool, and then you've got season 2. I mean, that shit just rocks, yeah. Like, I love that. I love the grittiness, the change in all the colours. It looks like black, and then someone's just got a bucket of paint and stuff. So look at the boot change here, guys. If we can have a look at this. You can see totally different boots up there, totally different boots there, totally different material underneath. Stuff you'll not notice really unless you go looking. And of course we've got the Stella Incognita Bond. So that's what it looks like in the first season. If we apply season 2, we get the change. So the Bond itself has gone black and it's got that white strip through it. So now this is what we're looking at. So that's the difference now, from that totally white, grey overcoat to this dark, slimlined piece now. Looks like it's ready for war more than anything else, I think. If I went to apply a couple of shaders, just to see. So the new one that came out, this might enrich certain parts, but I think this is what you're wearing now, rather than the original. From season 1, you got these two shaders, and so this is what came out originally. Now this came out with this season 3, but I think the Dead Obit Resurrection, I think this, when you apply it, that's just the colours you're wearing anyway. Okay. So if we applied like the Dead Obit Vision to this, let's have a look. It's pretty interesting. You've got like a browny gold helmet there. You've got black and white. The markings have changed. It's quite interesting, that Dead Obit logo on the back. That's quite an. I wasn't expecting that. They've like flipped it all around. They've gone for whites and like dark browns and left some of the grey and black there. But they've added tints of like bronze and green. That's quite interesting. I wasn't expecting that. We all know, guys, that I like to hit the monochromatic bad boy now and then. So yeah, let's keep it on going. I mean, I think that looks really nice. So something about monochromatic, you know, guys. For those that watch the channel, you know I love this shit. I've always liked this stuff. So the resets already happened technically, or when I boot into Orbit, I should get to take you guys through some strikes and earn some more loot. So here's the Arctic Dreamscape. That looks pretty damn good as well, doesn't it? Hey, that looks really good. Look at that. Yeah. Yeah, looking good. Okay, guys, so that was Season 2. That's what you got Season 2. So what we need to do is we need to apply Season 3 now. So what we'll do is one at a time. We'll apply and compare. So, oh, look at the helmet change. Totally different design. That is a slick looking helmet, man. I didn't think I could like this helmet without the frame at the front, but I think they've done a nice job. Totally different design. On the front, particularly. So if we compare, we've got that and that. Just go through the ages. See the changes. Go through the ages. So see the changes. So here we are with... we'll apply. So what they've done here is if you look at the changes there, they've added like extra like belts and bandaging around the forearm, maybe to strengthen it. These green knuckle dusters. Now I think that just looks like, you know, I think they could have done that better. I think they should have been rectangular and square, but it looks like someone's gearing up for a fight with Season 3. You can't quite see what they've done to the arms on this side, but if I take them out, yeah. So we'll have a look at that when we come out, guys. So if we look at the arms with those two applied, you can see green knuckles there, more bandages wrapped around each of the wrists, so they're toughening those parts of the armour for some reason. So we're going to go on to the robes. So with the robes, totally different look there, guys. I mean, we've got gold, greens, black and whites. This thing is looking, you know, it's a totally different design from the last one. So if we go through from Season 1, jump from that to Season 2 to Season 3, that's a hell of a difference. You got, I like the green scarf. I like, is this a snake or a dragon, or is this one of those Ahamkaras, and the sword piercing the knife? And is that a traveller on the bottom? I don't know. On the cape of on the hunter we looked at this, was it the traveller that they were piercing? The traveller was the centre. This snake or serpent was wrapped around and coming out of it, and then we pierced. You know, I don't know. I guess Guardians pierced the traveller. I don't know. It could be telling a story we can't quite decipher yet. Okay. So the boots, guys, we probably don't see much change under there, but there's a dragon look. So we apply the boots, and yeah, green garments underneath. The boots have stayed the same as the Season 2 design, slightly different detailing. And now we need to look at the bond itself. So Season 2 bond, let's look at Season 3. So we've got kind of like, so this is interesting. So yeah, we've got these wings of light. We've got a serpent wrapped around what I assume is a traveller with a sword piercing the snake's mouth, and it's pierced the entire. The snake's wrapped around what I think it is, from my interpretation. The snake is wrapped around the traveller, as you can see there, and the sword pierces through the snake, pins it to the traveller, pierces the traveller. And look, the sword comes out at the bottom of the traveller and it's pierced the bottom of the snake as well. Now that's a hell of a metaphor. I mean, are we the Guardians that pierced? Is the traveller really a serpent? Is it a snake? Is it a bad guy? I mean, that's some interesting shit to think about. So there you go, guys. That's the Season 3 Dead Orbit armour set. I mean, looks goddamn cool, I've got to say. Looks really cool. Of course, we'll apply a few shaders. I've still got the Titan to do. Man, we're only on 14 minutes. I really moved through this quick. Okay, guys. So this is how it is now. We're going to apply the Dead Orbit shaders. See what happens. So the Dead Orbit shaders. This one, when applied, there's no point. This is what it's actually using right now. Dead Orbit Vision. So Dead Orbit Vision. It's in the title. Have they had a vision of the future? Do they know what's coming? I felt that with Future War Cult. Maybe they teamed up with Dead Orbit and you know, collaborated. Explain what happened. So if we apply the solid Dead Black, the Dead Orbit Resurrection, I mean, it changed a few things. The scarf is now white. You've got the green dragon still there. That's quite interesting. But you've taken away some of the green, some of the detailing. So look again. So yeah, you took away all the green. You left the dragon. You took away the scarf. You took away the green armband colouring. That's quite interesting. So let's have another quick look at that. Yeah, you took away green from everywhere apart from the dragon. That looks pretty cool, actually. It's going to be one of those that's hard to pick up. We're just going to quickly apply Dead Orbit's Fate from Season 1. I don't think this is going to do much. I've got a feeling the green is going to be, yeah, tethered into the design no matter what. So, yeah, that's just left it with the murky greys and whites from Season 1. Not so cool. Okay, guys, straight to monochromatic. You know the drill. I've got a feeling the green is going to be kept in no matter what. I mean, that looks. Oh wow! Look at the gate on the mouth of the Warlock. That shit looks awesome. Holy shit! Looks like in a wow. Okay, all right. If you apply, is that meant to be there? Do you apply the right shader? You start to get something that looks like a fucking hive. It's got jaws. You look like a monster. Look at you. But that looks cool, man. I've got to say, oh, this is going to be hard to pick because that looks really, really nice. Monochromatic. How the fuck? Because that's a pretty solid look. That's a pretty solid look for Dead Orbit. But pure white, man. We're keeping the green snake. That's something else, eh? Alright, Metro Shift. Let's see if we get more of the greys and darks than the blue. I've got a feeling it's going to be solid blue. No, not a fan. Although look at the dragon, look. Look, that bottom bit there, that white bit, that's a traveller, that is, I'm telling you. If you look at the cape, if you go and watch the Hunter video, look at the cape. I'm telling you guys. Look at my Dead Orbit. Look at the top of the screen where I'm pointing out the Dead Orbit banner, the Dead Orbit play card. Look, you've got the snake, serpent wrapped around the traveller with a sword piercing through the entire thing. Is that a hive sword piercing the traveller? Is that? I mean, what? Oh my god, it's complex. I don't know how to get around all this, guys. There's a lot of lore here. So any lore masters out there, I think I'm on the right track. We're just going to check out a few more. I like the green, but you know, it obscures that. I think I'm going to go solid white when it comes to Dead Orbit, guys. Let's have a look at Crucible. Crucible Triumph just for the laugh. Bright orange with this green dragon. Come on, baby. Hey, that looks pretty good, actually. Look at that. Tiny bit of like, this bright orange scarf and helmet, and then that looks pretty sweet. Alright, we're going to go with Vanguard. We're going to go with the original, the new Vanguard. Vanguard Unity. Blue and orange. Come on, baby. What we got for me? What we got for me? The blue and orange is kind of cool, but nah, I like the orange actually. Just don't work for me. I wonder what the Arctic's like on this version of things. Very unusual. Okay, now we'll skip that one. Okay, alright guys, just to mock each other, we'll do New Monarchy and Future War Cult shaders. New Monarchy, not too bad actually, not too bad. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Okay, so Future War Cult, we've got War Cult Scheme. Is this the one that looks really rank on everything? Possibly. Well, maybe that was the good. Maybe that was the nice one. I don't know. Now the War Cult Endgame. This looks good on stuff, but with that green, I don't know. I mean, wow, yeah, that looks like monochromatic a bit, doesn't it? War Cult Endgame. That looks pretty nice. You get away with that. Yeah. Yeah, baby. So, what else, guys? So, so basically, from a lore standpoint, guys, I'm surmising we're waking up to what the Traveller really is. Now, the Traveller and the snake, are they representative of the same being? I was saying the Traveller is a snake, and when we refer to snakes, from our own development of religion, unfortunately, we always view the snake as serpent, as creature of darkness and filth that scuttles along on its stomach because it's got no legs. You know, the devil, or whatever you want to call it. Is the Traveller the serpent, the betrayer, the liar? Or is this serpent wrapped around the traveller somehow? Is this serpent represent the darkness, or is it an Armkara dragon? But for some reason, on their outfit, they claim the illustrations. I mean, it's very clear on the cloak of the hunter, but somebody pierces the traveller and this snake with a mighty sword. Now, the sword could represent light. The dragon could represent darkness. The traveller could represent the traveller, but maybe it's evil. Maybe it's caught in the middle of a battle. I don't know. Any lore masters out there that think have got a different idea? Is this a metaphorical? Obviously, we're not talking about an actual massive flaming sword, but this could be. Obviously, this is a metaphor for some type of battle or realization of what's actually going off. But you never know. This could take place literally with a flaming sword, and that could be the Guardians themselves. Could be the flaming sword. You know, not a massive giant flaming sword. Or maybe we all sacrifice ourselves and become pure energy and pierce straight through the traveller and the serpent that engulfs it. I don't know. There's a lot to think about, and I'm definitely thinking monochromatic, guys. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I think that looks shit hot. So, anyway, there we go, guys. We're going to leave it at that. People have started to really come up with some very nice... The competition for game of your choice, people have started to come up with some very, very nice answers. I'm going to give it a couple more days before I choose the winner. In case you missed it, it is pick a Guardian class. This Guardian gets captured by the darkness, and then he or she gets taken. And you know what that means. But they're so powerful, they maintain and keep a hold of their sanity. When they wake up, they've lost the light, and instead they've got all these powers, and they've got darkness powers, but they still fight on the side of good because they were so powerful. Their mind stayed sane and intact. Now, the competition is, what is this Guardian's ability? And you've got to give it a name. I did it as well, not to win the game, but my void. I did a Warlock, and mine's called Eye of the Storm. The darkness surrounds the Warlock in the middle, surrounds him like fine mist, like a hurricane. But in the middle, where he stands and his colleagues and his friends stand, is totally quiet. In the eye of the storm, it is silent. And as the hive and the enemies rush through this void of darkness to try and get to them, they just turn to sand. So guys, thanks so much for watching. I'm looking forward to tasting the... Damn it, you know what? The milestones are not until tomorrow. I'm an idiot. But anyway, at least it forced me to get this done before the reset. So that'll give me time to do the Titan anyway. So guys, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I will see you all on the next one. So cheers.